The FPL Kick. Yeah. It's one of those things that people been asking me a lot about, of course, like throughout the year. I got kicked back in November 2018. The official reason was bad stats. Right when it happened, I was relieved. It was a really, really long overdue thing, I think, for me on a personal level, because it's not like I didn't want to be in FPL, but it put a lot of pressure on myself because, well, as long as I was in FPL, I had to play FPL. I had to play well. I had to play within that, idea. And I came from having a stream where like the chill environment, the funniness, the stupidness, those things were really much in focus. Like I would wear wigs and do stupid things. While I'm good at Counter-Strike, there's no doubt there. Like I'm above average at least. But suddenly coming from an environment where I could do whatever, and it would like not affect me in a negative way, to get thrown into FPL where, well, you fuck up, and everybody will know and hate you, and you're a bot Rambo instead of just streamer Rambo, like all these things. And yeah, it took its toll on me. Then we have also learned as a community that I got a divorce like 2-3 months after my FPL kick. Well, if anybody's been in that situation, you know that that's not something that happens quickly like that. So I'd been in a bad relationship for a couple of years, there's no doubt there. And my entire time in FPL has been affected by this because, the stream was my free room, the place where I could like regain energy, be ready to connect with the family again. And then FPL also became a toxic place because, well, I had to fight for my life in there. I had to continuously prove that I was good enough. I had to play seriously. There was no time for troll and like all these things. Like it just ended up being a lot of pressure from every angle I could find. Of course, there was also good things about being in FPL. It was easy to be a streamer in the FPL regime because, well, as long as you stream FPL, there's content. Therefore, I don't need to think about anything. Well, I just have FPL. I don't need to practically work. I just need to show up, stream, and I get subs. I get donations. I am content, and that was a kind of a bad thing, like a bad habit. Like I got taught how to be a bad streamer while I did FPL because I didn't have to really compete with anybody. Nobody could just come in and swoop in and take it. It was mine, and there was other people trying to stream it, but they didn't do it as successful as me because I did have the tools in like before the FPL. I was a fairly big streamer at that point even. So having those tools coming into FPL and knowing how it all worked and being pretty good at it gave me the edge to do the streaming. Of course, you can talk about like get right symbols. People who are like top dogs on the pro scene gets a lot of viewers because they're who they are. But people who could fight me in my territory was more like the unknowns of it. And there's not a lot of people fighting me in that area. So that was kind of my like niche area where I got like to be the FPL streamer. The one that always would stream, even if the pros didn't stream or something. So you could always watch the FPL content or games or whatever. So it made it really easy to make a living out of streaming at that point because, well, that was just how that was. So I kind of came into this comfort zone where I didn't have to like question it, but I didn't enjoy streaming. I did enjoy playing with the pros and being in that, like the honor of playing in this area and be considered one of the best in pucks and stuff like that. So that was fun, but it was also really hard. So when the FPL kick came around, I was relieved because things were at like a home level was getting to the ultimate worst, and we were just not well. We were doing counselings and stuff like that, and it was a mess, and it was hard to be in and do both. So I was relieved when the FPL kick came in, more than I probably has said on stream. Like it was more like that feeling when it happened than anything else. But yeah, that's pretty much the FPL kick. I have a lot of other topics I would like to discuss in the future, like probably my marriage I want to talk a bit more in depth with, whatever you guys are interested in that I feel comfortable talking about. So if you have suggestions, you're more than welcome to hit me with them. And other than that, I think that this pretty much rounds off my first vlog attempt. I think I've recorded this video like a billion times already, and this is like, I'm getting closer and closer to an area where I feel like now I know how the setup works and I can reproduce that for the next vlog without having to go through all the trial and errors. But hats off to vloggers, man. They do a lot of work, and I don't feel like I'm ever gonna be a good vlogger, but I'll do my best to try, and I'll continue to learn throughout the entire time. And it doesn't really matter if it ever gets good, as long as the information pervade in the video is there. And yeah. But thanks for watching, and hit me with some constructive criticism in the comments if you have some. And other than that, I'll see you guys on the stream. I'm out.